Why does the name of God change in the Old Testament? Why is it sometimes plural and sometimes single? In the Old Testament we have two characters for divine. Single narcissist Yahweh, who is fierce. The others are Elohim, multiple gods, council of gods and angels, Panteon. So where did this conflict stem from? The word Aryan is from the Sanskrit word arya, meaning noble or righteousness. Mostly they seem to come from Atlantis to Europe, or we can say they returned to Europe. Aryans in antiquity have a religion of solar worship with polytheism, so when you hear Elohim you can think of influence or Aryan theology. Semitics in antiquity have a religion of lunar worship, with some kind of dualism, which we call today as monotheism or henotheism. When you hear Yahweh, you can think it is influenced by Semitic theology. Even in Old Testaments, things do not seem to match the story for monotheism, even for henotheism. God makes a flood, but does not kill everyone, in fact only a few. If he is omnipotent, he can kill all and create again, right? In fact no, these are polytheistic stories, so it matches more with the fight of the seed of serpent versus seed of man from the Eden. One of them is the seed of Lucifer and the other is Yahweh. Watch the videos related to Eden and Cain. In Akkadian, Summerian versions, the great gods Anu, Enlil, Ninurta, Ennugi, and Ea were sworn to secrecy about their plan to cause the flood. But the god Ea, Sumerian god Enki, repeated the plan to Utnapishtim through a reed wall in a reed house. He commanded Utnapishtim to demolish his house and build a boat, regardless of the cost, to keep living beings alive. As in this part, you can see in the story this a fight between Gods Pantheon. Also gods are not capable of creation alone. So if Enki did not save humanity secretly, Nephilim, giants, hybrids, all creatures would go extinct. Is Yahweh saying he is only one? So you can think of Elohim as 12 Olympus gods as pantheons, and Yahweh is only one of them claiming to be the only creator. Actually Yahweh does not make a claim like that. He says I am a jealous God, do not worship other gods. So it is later theologians who claim that Yahweh is single. Exodus 34, don't worship any other god. I am Yahweh Kana, the jealous Lord. That is my name. I hate for my people to worship other gods. Baal and Yahweh were originally said to be the same deity in Canaan religion, and that Baal, which basically just means Lord, was eventually merged into El Elyon, the Lord Most High, who was the god worshipped by Melchizedek. There were several Baals, local gods to specific places. After Yahweh's adoption as a god into the Israelite pantheon, over time he came into an ascendancy above the other gods, even the supreme god El, but the attributes of El and the Baals were attached to Yahweh. At the beginning, there was not a rejection of the worship of the deities El, Baal and Anat and Asherah etc., but Yahweh swallowed these deities. In the Ugaritic texts, Baal and Yahweh were brothers. It seems that Yahweh can create life while Baalim, plural of Baal, multiple Baals, lords couldn't. Baal was just a member of Pantheon, one of Elohim, who could not reproduce or create. So it is not so obvious if Yahweh is fighting against all other gods, Baals, the total Pantheon, or in the Pantheon, he has a big rival. In any case this is a fight between monotheists, dualists, polytheists, henotheists. And it is strange that Yahweh had the power to create but Baal does not have. And Canaanites were sacrificing their children for a god that cannot reproduce or create.